This is a sad, sad story, but there's a tinge of happiness in it nonetheless. Eileen, good morning.
Morning, Neil.
And I'm so sorry to hear about your beloved husband, Jerry. Our condolences with you. He wasn't well for quite some time. He had a very tough year, didn't he?
He had a horrible year.
Yeah, he was up and down and in and out.
That's right.
Yeah, and passed away last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he fought it very hard. He really, really wanted to get better. And from July on, he was in a wheelchair and he had a walker and he kept trying and trying. But the doctor told me his heart is only 25% function in his heart. His
heart and lungs were given out of him at the age of 76,
Yeah. So he was finding it very hard to get up the stairs. So we were told because he was so dizzy, a stairlift would not be suitable.
Yeah.
So when his last admission on the 11th of November, he was 10 weeks in the hospital, different in and out.
Yeah, I know he was nearly in for 3 months across July and August and stuff like that.
He was, yeah. So
back in again then November.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so I decided that I couldn't. I was supposed to get an extension built on, but I knew that he'd be dead before the extension would be built. So we have a lovely sunroom. It was his favourite room in the house, and he loved being out there. So I decided I was going to make a bedroom there, and that he could stay in if he couldn't get up the stairs. And obviously, I'd stay with him.
Yeah.
So I had a bed arranged, and I got onto direct blinds in Little Island.
Yeah.
Now, I was already after getting blinds from them this year. I never got blinds from anybody else.
Yeah.
So they came out and measured the sunroom for blinds. And I told them that I wanted to bring Jerry home, and I asked them if they could hurry the order. Normally, no, they'd be a month, at least to 6 weeks.
Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks, yeah.
So I got a call the following Monday that the blinds would be fitted on Tuesday morning. In a week, they had the blinds ready for me.
They did the rush job you asked them for.
Yeah. And so I said, fantastic. And then that Monday evening, I got a call to come in that my husband was dying. So I forgot about it. And Tuesday morning, I rang the lady in direct line. She's a beautiful person. And I said, look, I won't be there this morning. Obviously, I said, my husband is dying. But I said, I won't stick you now with the blinds. I said, it's a lot of money. I said, I won't stick you with them. I said, I will ring you when this is over. So she said, not at all, don't worry, and whatever. So then my husband died, and we had the funeral, and I might as well have went with him, no need.
It's not even a week since he passed away.
But I felt I had to call you because direct blinds were so good. It's unbelievable.
So had you said to them, listen, I'll still pay you for them even though I'm cancelling the order, is it?
No, I said I'd still take the blinds.
Okay, yeah.
I said, because I said, I was worrying. I didn't want them to have to the loss of. They were a lot of money. They were nearly €1,000.
And every job is measured for that specific job. Like
exactly.
Your blinds wouldn't work in my house, for instance. You see.
Exactly. So I said to the lady, I said, I will get back to you. I said, the words I said was, I won't stick you with them. I will get back. So then Jerry died, and we had the funeral, which was horrific. 25 people.
I know.
And all that. So on Monday morning, I was sitting up in the bed, like I'm sitting up in my bed now. And I said, right, I'll ring the blind company, because I said they have to be paid. So I rang, and they said that they would fit them on Tuesday afternoon. So at 2:00. So the blind fitter came, and from ordering them on the phone, Neil, to the measuring, to the fitting, you could never meet nicer people. They were just unbelievable. So the man came and he fitted them, and we were chatting and whatever, and chatting. He was fitting them. So when the blinds were fitted, I just said to him, I must pay you now. And he said, there's no charge. So I thought I wasn't hearing him right. I said, what?
No fitting charge, maybe you thought.
Yeah, he said, no charge. I said, what? I kept saying, you're joking me. And he said, no. He said, Tony, the owner, he said, there's no charge because of your bereavement, because he said you ordered them, you wanted them to bring him home, and maybe it's not because he's not coming home now, but no charge.
But it was €1,000, the order.
It was less, but it was nearly €1,000.
Nearly €1,000.
I never heard, I can be honest with you now, there'd be nothing now in the world cheer me up, but it really lifted my heart. I just couldn't believe it.
It's incredible. It's just such a kind gesture that if you hadn't called me, nobody would know of the kindness. It would have been done quietly and privately.
Well, Neil, that's the reason that I'm after calling you, because I was just in shock and disbelief. I couldn't believe how well I got blinds from them in August for the front of the house, and I mean they're you know, once you ring, from the woman who answers the phone to the measuring and the fitting, it's like as if they're your family friends that they know you all your life.
Unreal.
Yeah.
It's just amazing that, you know, these stories are going on all of the time, I would imagine, and we only get to hear about the odd one, you know, beautifully kind gestures by Cork companies. Tony O'Connor is the guy you're referring to who owns Direct Blinds. O'Connell, is it?
Yeah. I don't know him now. I don't know him at all, but I mean, I just could not believe it. It was so kind. It was so good. I just got a text in here, just on my own phone, incidentally, from a buddy of mine, Kieran Barry. He has Living Dreams down in Little Island in the commercial centre there, and he says, Neil, Direct Blinds are my neighbours here in Little Island. Since I moved here, they couldn't have been more supportive. They're very decent, very genuine people, he says. They are.
He's just listening to us right now, hearing your story.
They're unbelievable. So, Neil, I just said that I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I know. So it's just such a beautiful thing.
There's so many bad stories.
I know. And how are you bearing up? I mean, your life partner for so long. How long were you married?
The love of my life.
Love of your life, yeah.
55 years married.
55.
And I met him when I was 16. So life will have to go on. It's very hard. But there's so many people like me, you know.
Oh, it's an inevitable chapter in all of our lives, but it doesn't make it any easier, the parting.
Oh my God, it was terrible. And you know, the very hard thing about it, Neil, was that when he was in all the year, I was let in for half an hour every night. But this last journey that he made, I wasn't allowed in at all. 12 days before from the time he went in until I saw him dying, it was 12 days, and there was an awful difference in him. I'd like if I could have seen him one more time alive. Awake, I should say, you know?
I know. It's been an awful year, isn't it?
It's been horrible, you know?
And but I suppose you were there for his final moments, and there's some consolation in that, isn't there?
And he was unconscious when I got up, and I'm lucky that I have a son. A son came home from America to support me with his father, and he had about 3 weeks with his dad.
I know.
So he was with me as well. But he died in my arms, Neil. And he knew I was there.
I know. Of course he knew.
You know?
Of course he knew.
As I said,
you were talking to him. He heard you.
He did hear me because a few things that I said to him, he tried to blink. And that's it. You know?
And you're saying that you were together 55 years married.
55 years married.
But even longer together before you married. Where did you meet? Was it at a dance, or was it at work, or where was it?
No, there was a one of my good friends was madly in love with his brother. And, she introduced me to Jerry, and she went on from there. I was only 16, and we got engaged then when I was 18. Then we got married 20. So
you got your own place. Yeah.
And we had a very happy life because when we first got married, my mother and father used to babysit. We always had our weekends out, and we had great holidays. So I have no regrets there, but you know.
Well, let the memories be some consolation to your loss.
We have great memories, Neil.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. And you're okay for everything? Has your son gone back, or is he still with you?
No, he's here. He's here, and sure, I'm fine. The only thing I want is my husband.
I know.
you know, Neil. So I just had to.
I know, you misfortune. There's no words that I can say can make it any easier.
Not,
on you.
no,
Yes,
no. But I just had to thank Direct Blinds because I just could not believe it.
Well, I'm so glad that you did, because we need to acknowledge these kind of acts of kindness and generosity, and that's one of the best I've heard in a long time. Listen, I wish you well, Eileen, and mind yourself, and thanks for taking the call. Cheers.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks, bye.
A lovely story, a sad story in one sense, the loss of her life partner and the love of her life, but what Direct Blinds have done for Eileen has not gone unnoticed, and hasn't gone unnoticed by us either. And can I just say, as just a little throwaway kind gesture to throw something back at that, we're going to organise some pizza vouchers for the staff down at Direct Blinds, and we'll organise our Oak Fire pizza vouchers.